Hey, hey, Mashers! Welcome back to the Weekly Mash, where we dive deep into the worlds of our favorite authors, stories that sweep us off our feet, and characters that ruin our emotional stability in the best way possible, of course. Today we are soaring into the skies with our next guest, the incredible KJ Altair, author of Feathers of Ash and Hope, and its stunning sequel, Wings of Ruin and Grace. Thank you so much, KJ, for joining us today. Can you introduce yourself? Tell us about your series, and then we'll jump into some questions.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have just just a little bit. The second one is Trials of Embers and Trust, but
Oh,
Oh,
that's
see, I messed up. Look at me
oh,
go.
Brad, there's a first
What?
for everything.
What happened?
maybe because you said it. But sometimes like curse.
We're writing it
I'm
down.
glad
We're
for you.
taking notes. Okay.
Wrote it. Okay. Fail.
That's
Fail.
totally fine. No.
My first fail. I'm taking it with grace.
It
Goodness
happened.
gracious. I don't know. Whatever.
Where they are.
No,
We'll just move through. Okay.
it's
I can probably edit all that out, but it might be funny if I leave it, just because we're human and we make mistakes. Um. So, can
yes.
you now tell us about your series with the correct titles and a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yeah, I'm KJ, and I was always a bookworm. I like as soon as I was able to read, I devoured books en masse, and I always like to escape into books and also used it like for everything.
Yeah.
Every kind of therapy there is, books are the
Mm-hmm.
best.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then life happened, like college and university and all that, and I still was reading a lot, but I didn't get to do much of the other creative stuff. I really like to draw and also to write when I was younger, and it just fell down the wayside. So and then I stayed home with my kids, and suddenly I had a little bit of time, like in the nap
Mm.
times and in the evenings, and the creativity came back and I started to write. And I have to say I have a really, really incredible husband. He supported me a lot, and he was always encouraging me that I should really finish this book and should publish it. And yeah, so that's how the first book happened. And
Amazing.
it's a little bit like when all of it was flowing, ideas just kept coming and coming. That's
Yeah.
that's the way and how the second book came so quickly after the first one. So
Your movie was still playing. We
Right?
gotta keep
yeah,
going.
yeah,
No credits here.
it's like that. Yeah, it's when you're reading a book and you see it kind of like a movie in your head, and for me, it's the same when I'm writing.
Hmm.
So I just always I say it's more like vomiting all the ideas on the page.
Yeah.
And then I try to make sense of the plot line and everything later.
You're like, what
So
was I thinking
yeah.
with this note? Um,
Right.
I'd be terrible.
Yeah,
No.
I'm always saying that Scrivener really saves me because you can like swap around the scenes and you can just
Hmm.
rearrange it all, and that's really helpful because in the beginning when I tried to write like with Google Docs or Word, you have to have it like chronologically, and I'm
Hmm.
really not a chronological
Yeah.
kind of writer. So yeah.
That's probably how
Um
I'd be too. Like, so if I make like let's say for example, I'm a preschool teacher. So there's times where I don't have time to sit down and write exactly what I'm trying to put down on paper. It's like just a little note. Normally they're
yeah.
abbreviated, but just something I could be like, oh yeah, when I come back to that later, I'll
Yeah.
know exactly what that is. And then you sit down after
Cool.
all the kids are gone and you're like,
What?
I have no idea what that was.
I do that too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
and it's just like that. I try to put down enough so I can remember the idea because I have 3 kids and
Oh yeah.
sometimes I don't get the time to write everything
Hmm.
down, but
Yeah.
as long as I have enough of the ideas so I can remember what it was about,
Yeah.
then it's
Nope.
fine.
I do it all the time. I'm like, Well, apparently it wasn't that important
Right.
because I didn't write more. And then it takes me like 5 days. And I'm like, oh, that's what that was.
And by that time,
Yeah.
you've thrown away the sticky note and forgotten all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
Okay.
it is.
Let's start with how the whole adventure began. Feathers of Ash and Hope introduced readers to a Roman Empire inspired fantasy world. I'm already obsessed. I love deadly secrets and giant magical birds. Where did your idea first take flight for you?
It's pretty much a mix. I love the part in Lord of the Rings where they are rescued by the birds, or also in The Hobbit. You know, like those giant eagles, and so that's something that was always stuck in my mind. And then I loved, as a child, I loved to read Song of a Lioness from Tamora Pierce, if you know that one. And that's about a girl who pretends to be her her brother, her twin brother, and starts to train as a knight. And yeah, and it's kind of mixed it all together. And then, I mean, there's also always the academy part, like with Harry Potter and things like that. I always loved that, and it just started to come together. And with this one, it was really funny because I was actually writing a different book, and I had like a side character showing up in one scene, and that was Ara, the main character of this book now. She was just such a character, and so such a person that the ideas just kept coming and coming, and
Well, I'm sure.
I put aside the other one and just started writing, and that's how it all started out.
That's I love how you integrated all of those different stories that you loved into something that was your own that you could share with
Yeah.
the world. It's so cool.
Yeah, I think it's always when you read, you just pick up all the pieces that you really love about stories, and they just keep moving along with you.
Yeah.
And then you're
Then after a
vomiting it
while,
on the page.
yeah,
like you said.
you put everything you love into the pages, and yeah.
That's
Like,
so
thank you,
awesome.
this author. Thank you, this
Yes.
author. Thank you.
It's a
Yeah.
long acknowledgement section, but hey. Oh goodness. So Ara's journey in book one is full of danger, deception, and heart. How did you feel to return to her world and continue her story in book two?
The first book, it ends on a cliffhanger.
Oh, no.
Well, it was just something that was like it was coming through all of book one, because in this book we have like the two main characters, Tate and Ara. They both have like a secret identity going on. They both have a lot of secrets, and they are so used to keeping their secrets and to keep like a lot to themselves, and also they don't really have the time because a lot of other stuff is going on, so they don't get to talk about it. And then you have just this tension, and you know it has to unravel in some way in the end. And from there it was really easy to just go on writing the story, because for me it was clear that it's not enough time for them to like overcome all these secrets and all the trust issues, if you say so.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know each other long enough to like get on this deeper level. And so the second book is pretty much about them like figuring out their relationship. Then we have also the problems that other people are interested in them too politically, and they try to manipulate them or try to intercept in everything that happens. And so you have a miscommunication in the second book, but it's in a way that it's really not, you have no way around it because of all of the things that are going on around it. And so the second book is just about building trust, and also like realizing who you can trust with your secrets, and who you can really um like who is by your side when you need them. And
I'm already obsessed. Just saying. Miranda and I get into this really thing, like this thing where we just sit here and like keep going,
Yeah.
keep talking to us,
I could listen
keep
to
telling
you
us
all
the
day.
story.
Yeah.
We're like, keep going.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
then
Love it.
yeah, the Roman part of the story is I'm from Europe, so I grew up around a lot of the history stuff with that, and I also had Latin in school, so we read a lot of the old historic
Yeah.
um
Very
yeah,
cool.
texts about this. And I always like the structure of the military there, and then also like the buildings and just the feel of it. So you could say that especially the first book, it is has a little bit of a South European feeling to it from the like the yeah much Mediterranean surrounding or setting. Yeah, that's a little bit how this got
That's so
into
When
all
did
of
I
that.
need to go to Europe?
Yeah, I taught world history for 6th grade for a while. Not this year, but in previous years. And
Mhm.
I loved learning about ancient Rome. Like Romulus and Remus is one of my favorite historical stories. It's so cool to see all of the different ways that people have ingrained like the myths and legends and how Rome came to
Yeah,
be. So that's really cool that you
yeah,
get
I
to
like
build
it.
that into your stories. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I like it too, and especially also like how the Roman Empire just melted like all the
Mhm.
different cultures,
Yeah.
because you didn't have like just the one because it was so many areas, and
Yeah.
they yeah, that's a little bit of what I'm trying to do. You have with the names and with the like the settings that you see, it's really different in different parts, and that they're still like trying to make it one. And, yeah.
Very cool. I love that.
We're like not even done with the first page of questions, and we're like, we're in it.
Yes.
We're sold.
I know.
We're sold.
That's cool.
We have this problem. Well, I mostly have a bigger problem, but
You do
I
have a
like to
bigger
buy books.
problem.
So your world seems super layered. Every scene has a mix of beauty and brutality. When writing the sequel, did you find it easier or harder to expand on the lore while keeping that emotional connection front and center?
I have to say, for me, the world is already much bigger than what I used up to now, because um I don't know. Yeah, it's just in my head, I have like so many details about all the different kingdoms that are also around it, and also a lot of the backstory to every character. And I think that's something that readers often mention, that they really like the side characters and that they seem like deeper. And then I'm like, yeah, because behind everyone is a whole story.
Yeah.
I don't get to tell it in this book, but I'm really thinking about doing like standalone
Mhm.
interconnected
That'd be cool.
books to this series, because I don't know why, but they just come this way to me. They
Yeah.
always have this, like all the backstory and all their own problems, and it just I try not to bog down the story with it, but so I never really have the problem with the expanding. I have
Yeah.
to try to cut it down to not make it
You're
too
like, my problem is
too big.
consolidating.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's truly a world in and of itself. Yes. That's so
yeah,
cool.
yeah, it is.
That's funny.
Oh gosh. Okay. Let's talk about Ara and Tate's chemistry. In book 1, we have slow burn perfection. And then book 2 comes along. How do you approach writing deeply emotional connections while balancing the fantasy plot lines?
I have to say, the way I write, it's always that the scenes come to me first. So I often have just those situations, like for me, it's always especially the dialogues and the crackling tension. I really like banter, so there there is a lot of
Yeah.
that in there. And I have those scenes in my mind and I write them down, and then I have to like weave them in to the rest of the story. So it's I think it's I'm not really sure how how the balancing really goes, but
It just works.
I
It just
I
works.
yeah, I'm really good at remembering stuff, so I always have like all these different lines in my head, and then I'm just trying to put them together without like dropping anything on the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So that's always the hardest part, like the first round of editing where I just sort it through and like bring it in the right order and things like that. That's always the part that's the hardest because I have to cut scenes that just don't fit in
Oh, yeah.
anymore or something like that. No.
Or you're gonna end up with some very long books.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was only supposed to be a regular book, and now it's at 1,200 pages. 'Cause
Right.
we have to consolidate.
It's like
Yeah.
those it's when when a movie gets produced and instead of it being a movie, they're like, okay, this has to be a mini series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Funny.
Love it. Well, at least, see, I would have a problem. Like, I always had a problem in school making sure that my word count was like where it was supposed to be. And I'd be going through, like, how can I exaggerate this more to get more words on? Because I'm like half the assignment. That's where I go.
No.
I was the
Yeah, for me
opposite.
it's more like if I am in the flow, I would say, then I can write like a lot of words. But I'm also more of an underwriter, so I have to go back and add in like all the descriptions because I'm more about the dialogue and the action in the beginning, and then I go back with the editing and fit in all the description parts because like I said, it's like a movie in my head, so for me
Yeah.
sometimes I don't need to describe how it looks because I see it.
You can see it, yeah. Then you have to make it so
and
that
then
people can see what you're
yeah,
seeing. Yeah.
I'd be like, hold on, is that a blue shirt or is that purple? Let me grab my magnifying glass. That's how I would be. We've already come to the conclusion I am never writing a book. So
You're so
I'm a
funny.
very good reader. I am not a writer.
yeah, that's both
So
great.
Skyrider Academy was such a standout in book 1, but in book 2 we see the impact of war and the rebellion ripple through everything. What was the most rewarding part about raising the stakes this time around?
The most rewarding. I think the most rewarding part is that we see Ara coming into her powers and also like finding her feet and standing up because against like all the people that are going against her because in the beginning she is more hiding. She has a curse and that's something that's in this it's a death sentence, and so she grew up hiding what she really is and who she really is, and in the first book she starts to get over it but more in a way that she has now a way to hide it better so she doesn't have to like stay away from other people so much. And in the second book we have like those moments where she is just like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And I don't care. I will just go full out and just show who I am, and
I'm
I
that
really
kind of
love that
lady.
part. Yeah.
I know. I love when they become like this badass and just like
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
Not being a goody two shoes no more.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So the creatures, fight sequences, there's battles. They feel cinematic, which makes sense now that you said that it plays like a movie in your head. If the Skyrider Chronicles were adapted for TV or film, what would you absolutely need to see done right on screen? Sorry.
That's a hard part. I love action movies, and I really love like I always say for me action movies are much funnier than the rom-coms or anything like that because
Yes.
I really like the humor. And so I think the action scenes they would have to be really good. And there in the second book there are also scenes like in an arena, and I could imagine them to be something like Gladiator or something in this direction. And also for me the birds are really important that they are done right, I think. So
Yeah. I was gonna say the birds, even not even knowing the full story. I feel like if they messed up the birds, like that would totally ruin it.
yeah, I think
And
so
that's
too.
just from watching like Lord of the Rings, because to me, I might be totally off, but I have this really bad, like I have a habit of doing this. But when I read Lord of the Rings, the bird that I pictured was like, I don't know, it was way different from what they did in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's always the hard part, I think, for anyone who tries to adapt a book
Yeah.
into a movie, because everyone has their own images and their own like preferences how it has to look, and so I like that about books. And I have to say
Yeah.
that often the movies don't
Mhm.
don't even come close to the
Yeah,
books, but
definitely.
yeah, yeah, I
I'm
think
really curious to see how the Harry Potter series is different
yeah.
from the movies. Like, is this adaptation going to have more detail that we were missing? Like, when we're watching the movies, like, that's not what that was supposed to look like, but is it going to like be
Yeah.
more accurate now? I feel like, just like Ashley was saying, like when you don't see in the production what you pictured in your head, especially with you being an author that envisions your writing so detailed, if it didn't come out in film the way that you imagine, I feel like that would be a really like disappointing
Yeah.
thing to have it the way you want
Yeah, I
it.
think
Yeah.
no. Yeah, I think you I at least I imagine you have to, like, separate that a little bit, because I don't think they can ever, like, do it really the way you
Yeah.
pictured it while writing it, but, because like I said, you often have so much
Mhm.
more information about the characters, about everything around it, and you don't
Yeah.
have it in the books, so no one else knows about it.
Mhm. No,
So they
yeah.
have no way to adapt it that way. So yeah,
You have the
I
actors
Well,
think
and you're
it's
like,
hard.
especially
this is your
something.
backstory. No one knows this
Yeah,
but me and you, but this is how you need
yeah,
to portray yourself.
yeah,
Well, and especially something like a large bird. Like, how do you physically make it exactly the way that people are picturing it? Number one, it's
yeah,
a made up fantasy creature.
Yeah.
yeah,
You don't really have a huge reference point. You can't be like, oh, it looks like a toucan. It's huge and a smaller beak. You like
yeah,
it's a fantasy bird. It's
yeah.
not gonna be 100% accurate.
Freaking
No, no, it
toucan.
won't.
A toucan.
Yeah,
Miranda, quit laughing at me. Gosh.
I'm
Okay,
picturing
so
like a huge toucan flying over bread and circuses. Like,
you're welcome.
thank
So
you.
speaking of birds, if you were a Skyrider, what kind of mystical bird would you bond with? For Miranda, I'm picturing like glitter and chaotic, but super loyal.
yeah. In I have like 5 birds that are like the main birds that are portrayed in the book, and there we have the strix, the rook, the night ravens, the phoenix, and the thunderbird. While the phoenix and the thunderbird are very rare and not like really common, but from the other 3, I would say I would pick a night raven, I think, because I
Yeah.
really like
Yeah.
um
Sounds
yeah, I like the
incredible.
visuals.
Oh.
Um,
Can you imagine having a big night raven on your side or something?
yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, so we know that book 2 has been released. How has the reader response been since you released book 2? Have fans surprised you with any of their theories or favorite moments so far?
Um, they have surprised me with some of the reactions. Yes, I was really worried because of the miscommunication trope, because I know that it's not really popular.
Yeah.
So when I released it, I was like, okay, we'll see, and I hope that they still like it. But the feedback was really positive, and
Okay.
I love that. And then there are some parts that for me they were like a closure, or like a like a peaceful part in the book, and that was a part that other readers said they cried about it, and
Oh
I was like,
no.
oh, okay. I didn't think that. So yeah, there, and with the others, I would say that is the part that surprised me the most, but it's really in the towards the end of the book, so I don't want to spoil it.
No,
Yeah.
'cause I
um
have to read them.
I know. I know.
I would
I'm
love that.
thinking about my TBR list and where I might scooch these in. Yeah.
Yeah, I know the problem. Mine is long too.
Well, our problem is we already have a huge long list because we've interviewed, like I said earlier, like 118 people or something, and
Yeah.
we always throw their books on, and then we get arcs, and then we
Mhm.
interview
Oh,
more
yeah.
people, and it's like humanly impossible to stay on top of it.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll get there eventually.
No, we won't.
No, we won't, because there's always more.
There's
But it's a
always
good
more.
problem to
That's
have.
true.
It is. It is a
That's
good
a good.
problem to have.
Yeah. Imagine you have nothing to read. That would be
Oh
really
gosh.
bad.
No. Blasphemy.
Yeah.
No. So since you left us hanging with just enough on book 2, are we getting more from the Skyrider world?
Yes. Yes. I'm currently writing the 3rd book in the series. And then, like I said, I have many ideas
Yeah.
for some of the side characters. And I'm also, while I'm writing 3rd book, I'm just putting down notes on all the other things that come up.
Yeah.
And so I'm really sure that, or I hope I can finish like Tate's and our story with 3 books. I'm not really sure if I can wrap it up or if it will be 4 in the end. But
Four
I'm trying to.
Dang it.
The characters are deciding your fate.
Yeah. Yeah,
See, our
I'm
problem, Miranda, is we have an ever-going TBR. KJ's problem is she has an ever-going writing TBR.
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And
God.
then yeah, we'll see how many books it's in the end. Like with Tate and Aura, it's 3 to 4, and then the other characters, they will be separate. I will try to do them in standalones. So, but I'm
You might
already
end up
laughing.
with 3 or 4 for each character.
I don't hope so. But
Dang it.
I can also already picture in my head like where like how people try to sort them to do like a reading order.
Yeah.
Because some of them will have to be parallel because the same story, like the storyline is
Yeah.
the same, and then yeah, it will
We're
be fun.
building a world and a fandom all in one thing. Look at you go.
I hope so.
Awesome. Every author has that one, this is where I lost sleep scene. Was there a particular scene in either of those books that challenged you the most, emotionally or technically?
For me, it's not really a scene per se. It's more like getting it all together.
Yeah.
Like, because I have so many scenes already written and then I try to fit them together. And that's always the part where I'm like scowling at my laptop and my husband is like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "It
Not
doesn't
right
fit."
now, honey. Not right now. This is an enemies to lovers situation going on.
It
And I
is.
love you. I don't want to be your enemy right now. Just walk away.
Yeah. And yeah, he is always saying the moment I start to grin again, he's safe. And he can talk to me again. So
Approach. You should have like one of those little like lights on your computer that says, "You may talk to me." Nope, you may not talk to me. So you just switch them back and forth.
yeah.
That's so
But
funny.
so I would say that's the most challenging. Like the first round of edits, that's always the part that's the hardest
Yeah.
for me. No.
Yeah.
Because then
Okay.
you see like what's missing, what's
Right.
Yeah.
what's
And you're
still
like, dang it, I have like a 50-page gap right here. We have to fill this gap. Nope,
Yeah.
this is too long. Nope, this is too short. Just
God.
don't tell me it. No. Okay, KJ, we're going to do our favorite part of our whole segment, which is our lightning round. So quick answers, first thing that pops to mind.
Okay.
Enemies to lovers or forbidden love?
Forbidden love.
Oh, yeah. I think I might know the answer to this one already. Battle scene or emotional breakdown scene?
Ah, that's hard. I would say the emotional breakdown.
Surprised me. I thought you were going to choose the battle scene.
I was going to say,
yeah,
I think
it was
Miranda thought the
really-
opposite of me.
It was really head to head.
Yeah.
Favorite trope to write: redemption arc or found family?
Found family.
Love that one.
Yeah, me too.
Coffee, tea, or chaos potion?
Tea.
If you could describe book 2 in 3 words, what would they be?
What would they be? I would say betrayal, trust, and what's the last one? Yeah, love. I think it's love.
Love that because betrayal and trust are such a juxtaposition that it makes it so intriguing to know like how they fit with each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. Okay. KJ, thank you so very much for joining us today and for gifting readers this beautifully intense, emotional, magical world that I can't wait to jump
I
into.
know.
Yeah, it sounds so amazing. Before we finish up, can you tell readers where they can find you and all of your amazing work that you have out and what's coming?
Yes, sure. At first, thank you for having me. I
Or
really enjoyed it. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Goodreads. All just KJ Altair all together. And then my website is the same, kjaltair.com. And my books are on Amazon and also via Ingram Spark in paperback. They are also available across like all the big vendors. And it's they are on KU, so you can find them there too.
Miranda's sold.
My
She knows what
favorite
she's
place.
downloading.
Right? Yeah. Well, we will have everything KJ linked in the captions below so you can go check out socials and check out the books like I will be doing here shortly. Mashers, trust us, you will want to dive into this world. Until next time, please keep mashing. May your wings carry you to new worlds, and we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.